Pedro.
What's up, Nick?
Just another day in the life, in the shoes.
Of who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? Episode 19.
Why y'all dark and gloomy, man?
I'm not dark and gloomy. I am a little dark and gloomy, aren't I?
Yeah.
It's kind of dark and gloomy in this room.
Yeah, I think you set it up that way.
It's almost hard to see that it's sunny.
You're portraying your feelings.
Maybe I am. That's a nice thing with these lights. I can like just have them be my background. And, like,
Right.
if
You
I'm
can
feeling
control them,
angry,
right,
I'll just
with
put
your-
red in my background. Come in here, Pedro.
You can switch the colors on your phone.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. The future. It was way too expensive. It was really stupid, actually,
Really?
to do it. But I was like, oh, I have some extra money. I'm just gonna spend this for whatever reason.
I want lights.
But I do like how it kind of you can control the environment with it, because I don't know how I sold it to myself is because like when I'm writing, I really love to have like an atmosphere to it, like to kind of I guess almost feed into that mood. Like it's funny that you do say like you're projecting what you're feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like we do that in a way, right?
Definitely, man.
We do.
We do every day.
Especially what.
And if you don't, you should.
Then you should. Especially like when you're sick, I always catch myself. I feel like pretty gloomy.
Yeah.
You mentioned like before you got here, like I have an immune system that's way better than anybody, so you do not get sick very often, or.
I get sick probably once a year when the weather changes.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten it this, but it'll be like a couple weeks into actual winter. This isn't, I feel like, actual winter yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is still, it's fucking beautiful outside. I mean, I rode my bike here this afternoon. So once it does actually start getting cold and being cold all the time, I'll probably get sick, and then I'll get sick whenever it turns into summer.
Yeah, that's probably about me too.
Yeah.
It's like I get once or twice a year, but which is it used to be a lot more. It's crazy how much it's shifted
It's
over
probably because
the years.
you fucking change what you eat, and your body builds up a little better, man.
And that's what I think about, like back when I was young and I was getting sick all the time. It's like I was eating McDonald's like 3 times a day, or not really exercising.
There's no
and all those
nutrients
things.
going in.
Right. And that's insane, because you think about that, and there's been a shitload of articles now about like the biodome and like all how your gut has so much to do with how you're feeling, like gut health, I guess.
Yeah.
Like actually, I saved 2 articles that I was reading going back over before this morning, and
Let's dive in.
They both actually kind of like tied together in a funny way. One was about how gut bacteria is controlling your brain. So because basically there's an axis between your gut, and it hits a nerve, the biggest, they call it like the nerve like super highway that connects to your brain. It's like just this one like trip.
Right.
So that like super connection, if like your stomach's inflamed, it's not feeling good, like you're gonna suddenly not be feeling as great, because like your body's gonna feel tense. That goes back with yoga or with anything.
Yeah.
But it's even more so in your gut. So much of what you eat, or I do take kombucha daily just because that probiotic.
Right.
It could be a placebo because I feel like it makes me feel a lot better. But the more and more I feel like this research is coming out, I'm like, I think there's a lot of truth to it, because then you see people that are maybe a little overweight or out of shape, and they are a little more lethargic, or they're feeling, depressed or anxious.
Right.
One of the most interesting things I read in it was that 95% of serotonin, which is like the happy chemical in your brain, is produced in your gut.
Oh, no way.
Like I thought it was produced in your brain. Actually.
No wonder I fucking eat all the time, dude.
But is
my tummy's
so
happy?
maybe that is like eating your feelings in a weird way, right?
Interesting.
But it is so true with how bloated you would eat to feel full, or think that you're always hungry or snacking, when you really need to like. And it's almost like a muscle in a weird way. Like you need to like teach yourself discipline with it and look at it from a nutritional standpoint as much as a consuming thing. But we don't. It's just that as a country we don't sell it that way whatsoever.
No.
It's like
Here's
lunch. This is what lunch looks like. This is what dinner looks like.
And it's not done until you finish your plate. You know, that's not always true either. I used to eat till there's nothing left on my plate. Now I just eat till I'm. As soon as if I look down at my plate and there's still food and it's like I'm full, I shouldn't eat this.
Yeah.
That's when I've tried recently to like stop myself from eating it. Because I could fucking finish that plate.
For sure.
You know?
But then you're like, I'm going to be miserable, myself.
Dude. Yeah.
It's trying to see 20 minutes into the future.
Right.
You know?
Like, let it settle. Mm-hmm. Like, you have a glass of water.
Should I have seconds? It's like, no, probably not. Like, think about serving size and think about how... I don't know. I think I've just been thinking about that, like the cause and effects.
Right.
Rather than just the temporary, like... This little piece of candy or chocolate or dessert, it's like, I'm going to put this in my mouth and be like, okay. Now that did nothing for me. It's like going to make me sugar crash. Maybe give me a headache. It's like, I see all like those things now.
It's like people when I see people like drinking Red Bull or those energy drinks, dude, I'm like, dude, why'd you do that? Like, you're going to get a peak of 15 minutes. It's like a fucking bump of Coke, and then you're going to crash afterwards. Like, this sugar... It makes you fucking lethargic is what it does.
I was so hooked on Red Bulls for so long. I loved those. But the thing with sugar though too, sugar's so deceiving because it's found in bread as well, you know, because that's what our stomach breaks it down into. Yeah. So we don't even conceptually see the sugar. You know, even if you think about like Coca-Cola, like then you see those pictures of like how much sugar is in it. Like you can't really like your mind doesn't go straight to this liquid has like a fucking kilo of sugar inside of it. Like your body has to digest that. Like what do you think is gonna happen to it? It's crazy.
You know it's crazy when they fucking showed those Coca-Cola things like clearing up rust and shit.
Right, like how people use it as a cleaner.
Yeah, cool. Like as a degreaser. What the fuck?
So it's degreasing my gut. It's like
But if you think about it, I mean, the stomach acids are more powerful than that, or else your gut would not fucking be there. You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy how much or how powerful your
then you can
stomach acids.
And you can think about like all how powerful it is, and like go into the funny where it's like when you are super full or or whatever, you hear your stomach like rumbling or all these sounds, and we almost make like it's funny in movies and like cartoons and because we can all relate to it, like, oh, I know that feeling, and then you make these like disgusting farts or whatever, like your stomach, it's crazy. That's all like it's like a lab inside of your gut. Man. And it's like cooking up essentially the chemicals that are gonna make your brain perceive this reality the way that they will.
For sure.
Which is a great little tag into my next one, which is is the connection between ayahuasca, your stomach, and your mind. Ooh. So back to psychedelics and how they're becoming this study with people with depression or anxiety, just this unhappiness in their brain. And because so much of that serotonin is created in your gut, so as soon as they're taking these psychedelics, though they interact with your gut and the formula and the chemicals, and they're cooking up, like we said, in this lab of what your brain is just going to perceive through that super highway. It's going to snap off these receptors. What's going to wake up? What's going to light up? How are you going to interact with it? It's crazy. It's crazy, right?
That is pretty intense to think about.
It's just crazy because I used to always think it was in like the stem, like so in the stem right behind like your brain, the cortex, I guess, or is that what it?
Medulla oblongata.
Right. Yeah.
I think right.
So I don't know.
That's not your butt, right? It's not.
That was in that one Adam Sandler movie, right? So that's probably right.
Sure.
Medulla oblongata. Yeah. Water boy. That's our brain science knowledge.
Yeah, people
Adam
fucking
Sandler movies.
Ingest that shit. We speak in movie quotes, bitches.
But yeah, I always thought it like that was the furnace. That's where everything was cooking up. This is where everything was happening. And the more that you learn that it's like, oh, with your gut and how everything's connected through movement and through, different forms of yoga or,
that helps me a lot,
stretching in different ways. Like everything is so connected and everything is serving some purpose that everything that you do literally throughout the day is changing you.
Right.
I don't know. That was all.
Also, how you let people speak to you. I read this quote earlier this morning, and I'm butchering it and paraphrasing, but it's like how you let people talk to you. It said, be careful how you let people talk to you because you're teaching them how to treat you. Or something like that, I took it as something along the lines like, stand your ground, even if you don't think you're right, if you feel you're being honest to yourself, stand up for that, don't let...
How do you do that? If somebody's talking some shit to you, coming at you, how do you How do you do that?
In the most fucking humane way that you can think. I mean, just try to talk and be like, hey, dude, I don't appreciate that. I'm not trying to start anything. I would appreciate it if you just cut that shit out. And, if they don't...
Do you ever feel like it affects you too much like that? I know it's easy to say that in a conversation because it's easy for you to ask me the same question, be like, I'd be like, hey, can you stop? Like but in the moment, I don't know, I take things very personal no matter what it is, you know?
Right.
So it's hard for me to then be like the wolf and be like, hey, man, I don't know. That's a thing that I've been trying to learn as well. I mean, we talked about that last episode of the balloon, just that one pin to pop,
I mean, you're definitely vulnerable and it does hurt you in a way. Or like, obviously, if you're going to tell them to stop, it's because it's affecting you, right? And that shows vulnerability probably to your opponent, or whatever, and then he takes that as fuel, as like even more things to bully you about.
Because he knows he has power over you, or they have power over you. I think maybe what you do, because I know you spoke a little bit about how you're better in an argument about holding it in or being that like quiet, because I think you're internalizing things quick, like more, maybe a little more quickly, or like you're trying to digest it before you say something again,
right?
Rather than go with your gut, because automatically that's not the best way. Where I'm just like locked and loaded and ready to go, when I know I'm going to regret it too. So it's taking those couple extra seconds of being like, okay, what are they doing? Why are they putting this negative energy out? Like they've got some of their own shit. Like why am I going to let them bring me down? Like fuck that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess that's.
I mean, and if they don't, then just don't. Just fucking ignore them, dude. Don't. We said it last week. Like let it roll off your shoulders. It's hard to do that sometimes because if you say that, if you're like, hey, dude, stop. That's obviously it's affecting you. You know what I'm saying? You're vulnerable in that situation.
Yeah.
But if you can ignore that person, you can not associate. It's like, hey, hand me this. Or if you're in a work environment or something, hey, hand me this or whatever. No, like.
Right.
And now you want to speak to me like properly or.
It's just hard because in
any environment, really.
And in the environment we live in today where everybody's all out to get each other, it's like, can I give this stranger a wet willy? Can I give him a titty twister for talking shit?
For talking shit?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you motherfucker. Yeah.
How you like me now?
Purple nurple, bitch. Like,
remember the Smurf bites?
Oh, dude, those are the worst.
Whatever were those other ones that... you probably can't even say name like that. Was it an Indian rug burn? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Like those... My sister used to do those real bad.
Yeah. I used to do Indian tug burns, and then I found out I was doing it wrong. Is that a sexual thing? Oh, God. Back to the topic. You mentioned in any situation in today, like now in society, that shit's just online, man. Because, I mean, you get your normal bullying in school when there's a fucking jock and a nerd or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it is definitely happening outside, like in the real world. But, I mean, all these, like, left or rights, if they fucking get together or something, they're completely fine.
That's
they're like,
true. It's so easy
it's just,
to do.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to fucking confront somebody, like, face to face sometimes, Yeah. And it's, like, easier to hide behind the mask of Facebook or social media.
For sure.
Which is, like... where all this negativity I feel like is fucking brewing, man. It's just circulating. And
it brews, I think, is because you see so much of it that you see it as acceptable behavior. So that keeps on like snowballing, essentially, right?
Yeah. And yeah, it might fucking spill on over into everyday life, actuality, like... Yeah. You're in line getting coffee and be like, hey, can I get a... No, motherfucker. You just look funny looking four-eyed.
I mean, just
whatever,
it naturally will, right? Because anything that you're consuming is like being processed by your brain.
It's like that guy ready to fucking burst.
Right.
That balloon.
It's like balloon. Yeah.
Balloons.
Mm-hmm.
It's a funny word.
So we got a little later start today because you...
Yeah, I had to work this morning, which kind of fucking sucks.
Stacking that cheddar cheesecake, boy.
Woo! As I fucking call my mortgage in today. Yeah. Bye-bye.
How do you feel about like shifting straight into podcast after that? You feel good? Feel normal?
From work to here?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we briefly talked about this, but it's like why let it affect you? Like, I know we set these things, you set like these objectives, like get here, do this podcast on Wednesdays at 11. And it's like, there's something about doing it in the morning. But I feel like you can bring the same, it's just about all your energy, man. You can bring that same, you're in control kind of yourself, your attitude, and how you feel things. You said it last week, like, today's going to be a good fucking day, like, just, it's all about attitude.
Just do
man.
it.
Just fucking,
just do it.
It's all about attitude, man.
It is. I don't know. I think that's a good lesson to learn, because so much of writing was for me too. I was like, I had to have this certain environment. Like, this is where the idea was going to come, or like it's like setting up this like trap, basically, like to catch the rabbit or to catch the bear.
Right.
But it's like the ideas and stuff are everywhere. It's just like you have to make yourself a vessel that it's always
definitely.
open
You're not
to.
always in the mood to write.
Yeah.
You
But that's
just
the
gotta
only
fucking
time.
start
That's the only
doing
time
it.
it's gonna come.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
What was I gonna say?
No, I mean,
fucking-
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Did you see my cue cards over here I have for you? Actually, did you find it?
No.
Oh, okay. I was, or like last week I was talking about how in the mornings now I've been doing that like 30-minute separation, which, and then I was like on my weekend days, like I wanted to push that even further, which I did today.
Yeah.
I woke up at like 6:30, and I think I went on my phone like at 10.
Nice.
So like I just kept it in my room, and it felt amazing.
Right.
Like,
That's
I don't know.
awesome,
I want to
man.
keep on pushing that kind of thing.
Right.
I was good at doing that for a while. Like when I would write, I would still throw it in my room or whatever. But then as soon as they had that silent mode, I was like, I'm just gonna leave it on this all the time. But I would still be checking it, still checking to like plug myself back into the matrix at any second. But like, I don't know. I think there's a lot to it in the morning of not just immediately being like,
because you're gathering yourself, dude.
Right.
You don't even know where you're at in the morning when you wake up. Well, obviously you're in your house and whatnot, but I mean, mind-wise, your mental, your psyche.
It's like checking into your brain first
dude.
before
gather
your email.
yourself and then fucking worry about fucking other people.
Yeah. Check your inner notifications before your outer notifications.
What? That's fucking
that was
beautiful.
good.
From the mouth of Nick Chento.
From the mouth.
You should have seen him say it, folks. It was very, very beautiful.
Why?
You got a pretty mouth.
This is the creepiest thing to say to somebody.
I know, isn't it?
Hey,
dude?
boy.
Hey, boy.
I don't know.
You went boy?
Hey, boy, you got a pretty
Are
mouth.
you a priest? Are you Catholic? The Catholic cover up. The Catholic cover up.
Hey, kids.
I've actually been thinking about deleting the application off my phone of Facebook and Snapchat, because I'll stick with Instagram just to push the podcast. And then just manage that, which I kind of have been. I've actually been weaning out Facebook and Snapchat slowly without like checking them, because all they do is fucking notify you when it's somebody's birthday, which is cool, like we said, because I suck at birthdays too. And then it's like, this person updated their story, or here's something about a page that you cared about 5 years ago that you don't fucking give a shit about anymore.
Right.
It's all these, and you said it like, they almost do that shit on purpose to get you to click on that. And if you see that, it's like, oh, that fucking bothers me, man. There's a little red circle.
Dude,
what? Like that?
That's great. That's
like
so
that's
funny.
Like that bothers the shit out of me. I'm gonna have to fight. What is this? Who's trying? And it's like this page, like classic cars, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I wrote down that same thing for the red note, because I was saying to you, I was like, okay, I won't open it then unless I get notifications. I was like, holy shit,
Right,
I'm getting
dude.
notifications from this, and not even like I'm like some fucking like cool guys like, oh, I get so many notifications.
Right? No.
Because I don't really, which is why. But I constantly fucking have them. So I was like, I don't know when it was a couple days ago. I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. I'll just, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Like, okay, 15 minutes or whatever. This little pocket will, and that's what I've been doing. So I'll see that red dot. I'll be like 7, 10, 12. I don't fucking care. Why does it matter? I'll look at it later. Then I'll address. Why do I have to do it?
Every time
At
there's
the fucking
one
drop of a hat,
yeah.
and you know why is because it's a red dot, and it's like it's feeding
alert,
you.
alert,
it's like
alert. Yeah,
exactly. It's to the vibration. It's to
Check
the
your
noise.
phone.
It's to the
Check
everything.
your phone.
Come on.
Yeah. It is, dude. It's
the phantom vibrations. You know, it's like it's like creeping, slowly crawling into us before they implant us, because we're so used to already having these vibrations and beats going off all the time.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's it, man. I think I'm gonna.
Snapchat just, and I know you brought this up too, and I was like, I don't even know why I still have that either. I do nothing with that. There's nothing.
The same thing. I get notifications and I check it.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
and then all of a sudden I'm going to people's stories.
Yeah, like now you're wasting time.
And like I kind of feel like a voyeur, because I don't talk to like half of these people, and I'm like looking weirdly into their life. I know, like,
you know, it's really
their
creepy
brothers,
that you can
sisters, and their kids. I'm like, what?
You know, it's really creepy. You can go into like the Snapchat map.
That's the weirdest.
Dude, that is
shit.
fucking creepy. And I know this came out a long time ago, relevant, whatever. But it's like there'll be like on the map itself, there's like little, almost like these little patches of blue on the maps. And if you click on those little patches of blue, there's like random people that can upload it almost to like this area of town or like this club. Yeah. It's like different people uploading to the same story almost in a way that you can like, and these are literally people that you have no fucking idea. And what fucking shocks me, dude, is like these people put their fucking children up on there. Like,
it's crazy.
It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? What are you
and then
doing?
There's some dipshits that sit in a little bedroom and tell all their life secrets over a microphone and put it online.
Yeah, I mean, there's that too. Fucking idiots. Sorry, folks. It's a little loud. No, but yeah, man, get on social media, dude.
We're getting some good Halloween laughs in this episode. I'm feeling weird.
I think I'm always feeling weird, man.
Yeah.
I think it's a CBD, dude. The CBD 1-to-1 ratio that I started last week.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Dude, I fucking love it. And like, you introduced me to like just the regular CBD, I think. And I think I tried one other CBD 1-to-1 ratio that you had.
Yeah.
But I'm digging it, dude. Even like I'm weaning off of my high blood pressure medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to take 10 milligrams. I cut it down to 5.
Nice.
Now I'm to like a quarter of.
Why?
Just because I don't want to take pharma, dude.
So I don't. But how are you then working with it? Eating better? And do you feel like that's affecting it?
Yeah, definitely trying to eat better. Because that's affecting everything, as we spoke about. And these herbal infusions definitely help with high blood pressure, dude. Mm-hmm. And I've been like checking it regularly, and it's normal.
That's awesome,
normal.
dude.
Yeah, man, I'm fucking really really happy. I feel like the CBDs actually helped a lot too. Because some of those weed pens, dude, just
anti-inflammatory, right? Maybe that would
yeah, definitely. Some of these weed pens just fuck me up too much, man. Like they're so strong, you know. Some of them are way too strong for me, and it's like. I can't function.
And the thing that's crazy with that is, you know, with any drug or, you know, you get used to this usage or this amount.
Dose.
And that you feel that's what it is because, you know, you still smoked weed for a long time because you needed this certain high because you felt like that's almost what you were craving. So if they keep on selling these pens and they're stronger and stronger, like, and I would, you know, you just hit those pens, like, oh, this is weed. Oh, this is weed. You forget
it's
this connection to like, you know, I know I've heard like the people in the Beatles or something were like, you know, the weed isn't like it used to be in the 70s because, you know, you'd write and want to do these things and now it just like makes you want to sit to the cat. It could be like, okay, that's the old parent being like, whatever, kids, you know.
Or that old commercial.
But I think, but I think that the truth of that is how somebody explained it to me was, so CBD was always in marijuana, but now that we're trying to get the THC bumped higher and higher, it kills down, like it minimalizes the amounts of CBD that's in marijuana. So that's why it's such a different effect than, you know, how it used to be.
Does that have anything? Well, does that how like you differentiate an indica from a sativa?
Well, a little bit because a lot of what CBD properties are that where you'd find in an indica, like you know, it's good for anti-inflammatory, it'll make you relax, like take away anxiety, you know, feel a little at ease tired or whatever. But I think that, but only I think an indica-based strain, like it only like multiplies that. I think at a CBD or at the perfect level, like in a CBD pen, you're getting those principles and those properties of something that I've really always enjoyed about marijuana. That kind of that ease where you just you kind of feel like you're a little bit more in tune with earth, a little more relaxed.
Yeah, you're loose, man.
Yeah, you're doing that little
you're
floating
feeling good,
and that's I love that.
And
feeling.
It's not like a huge head rush like those other CBD or the other weed pens. I'm fucking coasting, dude. I'm loving it.
Yeah, coasting would be a good way to describe it.
I've actually weaned out a lot of flour. Like I was telling you, I only kind of nightcap with flour anymore. I'm hitting this about.
I do love doing a good
flower sesh. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what I've been enjoying. But you know what, bro? I think my fucking dogs ate my weed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Fucking assholes. I keep it in that little thing in my backyard. So I think I just left a briefcase open and they got in there, man.
One time, it was like 10 years ago, we were making brownies at my girlfriend's house. And, made like the 6-hour process, where you put in, I don't even know how half an ounce or whatever into the butter, melting it, stinking up the whole house, crazy, made the brownies. We all had a couple of them, had like more than half the tray left, and her black lab ate the whole thing.
Get out of here.
Which is bad because it was chocolate and because it was weed. And it was our brownies. That was amazing. And the dog was like walking up the stairs, like kept falling down.
Oh, poor fucking dog. And then
it just after one of its attempts of just falling down the stairs, it just like goes on the second step and just like laid and just fell asleep.
It's fucking high as fuck, bro. Should have carried him to his bed.
I know, right?
Did the chocolate do anything to him?
I don't think it did, actually.
Oh, no. I don't know, man. I think they can have certain amounts of chocolate.
I've heard that too.
Or like grapes. I don't think one grape's gonna kill your dog.
No, it'd be like, great, you killed her.
Nice, bro. Nice.
I know.
Speaking of like hostility and whatnot, you ever been in a fight, man? Or like a scuffle? You ever been like mugged?
I've been like in 2 little scuffles. Ooh. But not like it was like me and my friend like talking shit, then kind of like.
Oh, as a friend?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Is it like a falling out?
It didn't end up being. Like, it'd only be for like a couple hours or something.
It's a pointless fight. Is that the same?
Kind of like hormone shit, like.
You're 14 and you don't know what to do.
Yeah, have a boner and then.
It's weird. I'm grappling you and I have a fucking raging hard on.
But
doesn't happen with my sister.
Yeah, it does. No, but besides that, I've always been. I'm not really a fighting kind of guy. I don't know if you would get that kind of energy.
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't know. Like, I'm not either, dude, but.
Have you?
At one time, I can't even consider it a fight. It's like a scuffle,
Yeah. Because you beat the shit out of her?
Yeah. She talked to me a little too loud. When I was younger, throughout the summers, I'd go to Mexico to visit my cousins, and I'd stay out there all summer and then come back for school again afterwards. And one time I went over to his school to wait for him while he was in class, and I was outside of his classroom. And these 2 guys come up to me, man. He's like, hey, bro, give me your chain, He's like, dame tu cadena, Holmes. And I'm like, fuck no, bro, my mom gave me this. I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah, nana boo-boo.
Yeah, it's special to me, So he, like, goes and snatches my chain, and I grab it, and we're playing, like, this little tug-of-war scuffle. I'm like, hey, no, and he's screaming. He's like, give me your chain. And the teacher comes out, bro. Uh-huh. And so they run off, and I'm pretty sure they didn't even fucking go to that school because they were, like, old 40. As fuck. Yeah, and it was, like, an elementary school. I'm like, what are you doing? First of all, what are you doing here? Like, is this all right? Like, is there any security here? Yeah. No, there wasn't any. But, there was that. And then, just similar thing again when somebody was trying to, like, take my money or something.
Oh, somebody tried to rob you?
Well, he was... Yeah, I got the mugging of the chain, but he didn't end up with it. I actually had it in my...
He was, like, sniffing through the door.
Yeah, he is.
That's cool.
I kept it in my hand. Anyway, it's Noki sniffing. It's not Nick.
I'm like crying.
Jeez, wipe your nose, you asshole.
We know you're sick. We don't need the...
Yeah, man. It's weird. It's like, yeah. I don't know. Why? What is it for? Somebody here?
I don't know. I guess just let him out or... Alright, well... Sorry for the distracting.
Fucking Noki, man. God bless you.
Always got something to say. Maybe he's sick now, too.
God, you got him
All
sick?
the mouth kisses.
It's that herpes.
Yeah, so just those two fights with
Somebody trying to mug me.
Just somebody trying
Both
to
in
mug
Mexico.
You.
Go fucking figure.
Who would have known? Who would have guessed? Speaking of build that wall.
That's a little segue.
I saw this thing that Trump signed a bill that ensures music streaming services to pay artists royalties.
Nice. Isn't he going to be in town tomorrow?
Is he?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Should we go?
Nah. Come on, man. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but so that's I read the article, didn't really go into... Do I just let him out? I don't know.
Sure. Come on, Notes.
All right, well, who knows how much they're going to actually pay out the artist, but it's about time that something gets done with the way that music is just being completely given away for free.
Yeah.
And not that, like, you know, they need to be paid, like, you know, these crazy amounts, but if people are consuming it and using it and profiting off of them, like the Pandoras and the Spotifys and Apple Music and all that, it's like, you guys are making millions, probably even billions of dollars off of somebody else's art,
right?
And paying them $1,000.
I don't. Is it because they have the ads? Is that how they're making their the most money though?
Subscriptions. I mean, because through all it's like $10 a month, and then they have millions of subscribers, and out of all those people, they download 200 albums. And then it's like
there's no
it's like
they're getting Banksy'd,
right?
They're getting like ripped off out of their money.
It's sad, and I know it happened. There's two musicians that were recently on Rogan. It was the Jedi Mind Tricks guy and Everlast, and it was one of them that were talking about how Hollywood did something when people were downloading music and movies, and they're like, hey, you can't pirate those, like you're gonna get sued or go to jail, and they were super serious about it. So like, okay, then we made the red boxes or iTunes, and you rent the movies for $5 still. You still have to do that, and they didn't devalue the art, and the whole art of music has just been completely taken away.
Right. I remember Metallica was a big advocate for like not downloading music or anything like that when like Napster was coming out and all that. I remember back then, and like they kind of tried it, and I know a couple other bands tried to put their foot down, kind of like what the movie industry did, so they wouldn't get fucked in the ass. Yeah. But it like...
I think what happens too is at the beginning, they were right, but we all looked at it like, come on, like you're getting exposure. You're going to complain that 1 million people are downloading music for free. They're going to go to your shows, or they're going to buy your merchandise and all these things.
Which is true.
But now it's like... the record labels are now making money off of your merch too, off of your live shows. They're still sucking the money out some other way, and so they almost saw like that. This is gonna get bad at some point. Like they're gonna, and that's what's happening.
That's what's happening, man. So when did he sign this, and what exactly did
that was the thing?
Did it show any
No, and that was the thing. Like it didn't go. All it really said was he signed.
It was a headline.
Yeah, and that's what's funny. It's like, oh wait, you're actually reading this?
Yeah.
It's like add, little paragraph, add, little paragraph. Like, okay.
That's so sad.
I know, isn't it? We talked about this before. Like, we would even send each other to articles, be like, I can't really read this right now, but it sounds interesting. And like, I read it, but it didn't have any.
It's like a paragraph split up in 4 sentences with 4 ads in between, and.
But I mean, it goes into like you want to be a writer. It's the same kind of thing. It's like the way that we're consuming even that art, or the way that we're not consuming it. Like Barnes and Noble is just sold, right?
I don't know. Did it?
Or they're trying to, or they just declared bankruptcy or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Which really sucks. I mean, because I still love going to that one. Like, I don't know. For me, it's like going to the record store too.
It's an experience.
Exactly.
Dude.
It's like I'm feeling a little depressed.
Right.
I want to get out.
Or even if I'm happy.
or even you're happy, but it's like it's making this day out of it. Like,
right.
Sure, I can get it delivered in 24 hours through Amazon on a drone, and it can just like, you know what I mean? Or I can just get it directly up to my tablet.
To your Kindle or
but
something.
There's something about going out, like feeling the pages, walking through the bookstore, interacting with one person behind you or in front of you, and being like, I don't know, that small banter. Like, that's that human connection that's like sparking these neurons in our brains. I think that.
Dude, the other day I went to my little, on my days off, I like to go, I rode my bike up to Oink, the little cafe, the little breakfast nook, and I have my little sandwich there, and Half Price Books is right next door. And so I go to Half Price Books, man, and every time I've gone there, I go to the Polnick section and look for Damned, because remember we were reading that book, and my dogs ate like the last 10 or 20 pages of it, and I was like, I was there, dude, that was like what I had to read.
Yeah.
That was it. And so I went there, and this time I just go up to the counter and I'm like, you guys never have it, so I'll just ask now. It's never on the shelf. I'll ask now. Do you guys have this book? And the lady was like, all right, that takes me down to the Polnick. I was like, yeah, I know where he's at, you know? And then she's like, oh, here it is. And I was like, fuck, of course, the one time that I don't go and look myself, it's fucking there. Anyway, it was a fucking good book, too. It was nice hardcover. And it was like crisp. Ooh, those pages just flipped so nice.
They were like the nice manila color.
Yeah, so I was like, I couldn't justify buying it again because I'm a cheap ass sometimes.
Yeah. So you stole it.
I put it in my pants and I walked out. No, I sat there
in my pocket.
That's a good song. It's a great song. I sat down and I read like the last 3 or 4 chapters, man. I reread a little bit, so I caught up, and then I knew where I was at, and I read the rest there, and it was beautiful, dude, because I had that whole morning. I didn't have any. I don't know. It felt really nice, dude. It felt really, really cool, and it's that human connection,
Yeah.
Maybe there was something about me asking the girl, or
for sure
me not going
instinctively.
Yeah. Straight there or whatnot. That's like you said, human connection. I don't know.
And that's, I don't think those are ever going to go anywhere, which is nice with like the Half Price Books. I can't see those going under.
Man, those are. Yeah.
I think those will kind of always be around, but I miss the movie. Like I want movie stores to have a comeback. I know it's going to happen. But I miss
you think so?
I think so. Like, there's gonna be some little niche market of it, at least for.
There's gotta be something already out there.
Like Toys R Us is already even going back into being like, we want to rebuild again.
Why did they go bankrupt?
The thing is, like, they got too big. They made too many. They got too greedy. It's like it's good to have
that money got greedy.
But it's like it's good to have this little toy store that's like for the kids, like that last minute treat.
Bro, it's like a Disneyland thing.
It's like a day
we're
out.
going to Toys R Us.
Exactly. So it was a thing.
Yeah.
Like that, but then they started over expanding and then oversaturating the market kind of by themselves. Now it's like, there is still a demand for it, but just not at that high of a,
Yeah.
Like Sears is going under.
Yeah, I heard that's going to hurt malls bad.
Well, malls are already, those are going to be ghost towns, dude. It's already happening if you go to any mall now. Like half the places are closed. It's insane.
We went to see A Star is Born and we went to the picture show at PV Mall.
Oh, do they have a theater there?
Yeah, they have a theater where the old theater used to be.
Okay.
I don't think you can make that into anything else. Like,
right, yeah,
it's a huge space. Like, it's got to be a theater.
Yeah.
But first off, the ticket was like $4.
Oh wow!
$4, and there's like a nice little room, good audio. One thing I would say is like, I kind of heard the other theaters audio.
That's true. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was kind of because it was a serious ass moment.
And all of a sudden you hear these screams.
Fucking hanging in the ground.
Shrek, I'm a donkey.
No, I think
like
it was Venom. So it was like, all these like suspenseful fucking. I don't know, man. It was, but you.
I want to see that.
You blocked that shit. I do too. I heard it was a nice surprise from one of. This guy comes in all the time, man. I think he's like a critic or something in his own head, and he goes in, he gets the same thing, and then he goes to a movie afterwards. But I'll always talk to him now that I know he goes to the movie all the time. I'm like, hey man, what are you watching tonight? And he'll be like, oh, Bisbee 18 or something like that, which is about Bisbee, Arizona, where they just fucking they like killed off these people. It's an insane story if you think. Yeah, I'm butchering it. Look it up.
They just killed people, or in 1840.
Here, fuck. What are we doing? Let's use these little computers.
Computer. Have you ever been to Bisbee, Arizona?
Bisbee 17. No, I've never been.
It's amazing.
Here, this is radically combining collaborative documentary, Western and musical elements. The film follows several members of the close-knit community as they attempt to reckon with their own town's darkest hour. In 1917, nearly 2,000 immigrant miners on strike for better wages and safer working conditions were violently rounded up by their armed neighbors, herded onto cattle cars, shipped to the middle of the New Mexican desert, and left there to die. This long-buried and arguably forgotten event came to be known as Bisbee deportation.
Damn.
Dude, isn't that intense, crazy, bro? Yeah. Like, so he was telling me that, and then we got in. He's like, I missed my start date the other day. I was supposed to see this movie, but now I like ended up seeing Venom. And he says, which was he's very well spoken, dude. He's like, it was a wonderful surprise, or like this little.
A Suzanne of a treat.
Yeah, this little treat. He's like, because he named the 3 actors. He knows everything. Like, yeah. Everybody in the movie, he named the 3 actors, and he's like, I would watch them individually in anything they do. Like, isn't Judd, or what's his name? The main guy. Tom. Yeah, whatever his name is.
Tom Hanks. Tom Hardy.
The Green Mile.
Tom Hardy. Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, he's like, I would watch like all the 3.
Do anything.
Yeah, together. Oh. But he said he was very surprised and he enjoyed it. So I'd like to see Venom now.
Is there a cum shot in it, do you think? Is that
maybe
the surprise?
I don't know. I'd probably fast forward.
Would you?
I don't know.
Would you have to fast forward during those parts in movies with your mom? And I always remember like those days we have the screen, the jump. It's like you have one page and you push the other one.
You can skip chapters.
Yeah, or there's that, or like if you're watching like cable and you like switch between 2 channels really quickly.
Oh,
like,
the last button?
You'd always have something loaded just in case. So it's like, but not even, like it wasn't always even like a shameful thing, but you're like, I don't know where this one's gonna go. So I just want to make sure I have Sports Center on in that.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah. And it was usually a shameful thing.
Let's not kid ourselves. Get it, Blue.
Yeah, man. I do remember that. God damn.
That doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, well, I biked over here. I'm fucking loose in the lungs now. Loosen the lungs. Back to your Facebook cancellation, because that's a totally good segue from where for sure. Yeah. What were we at?
What?
Exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who fucking knows, man?
Who knows who we are?
Does anybody really know?
Who we are? No, because nobody listens.
What was the loop thing you did earlier today? I don't remember. It was like that song thing. That was good. I liked it. You need to bring it to the show.
What was it?
I can't remember now. But anyways, so back to Facebook and you deleting it.
I need to know what happened.
So remember, like there was like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, like everybody was they did like a mass logging out of Facebook. Like everybody's account got logged out of because there was a huge security breach.
Yeah.
But nobody really addressed it. It was like kind of under. So I never really thought that much about it. And so I was like, okay, whatever. Logged back into it. I saw somebody that shared like an article that was like why it should alarm you that like nobody's talking about it, or that why you're not looking into it. And I kind of skimmed it because I was like, whatever.
Yeah. I think I saw the same article. But
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And then a couple days ago, it was like 3 days ago, I was meditating, which I use like with like on an app, because it's like that. I don't know how you would say like. I don't know. They talk through like what is that called? Like
instructed.
I don't know. Whatever. I can't think of the fucking word right now.
You have a teacher?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like, so you have. I always have my phone on like the moon thing, like do not disturb, so like calls don't come through or anything. 'Cause it's always fucking really annoying. because when it does happen, because calls can still come through. If somebody calls you, it goes straight to voicemail, but they call you immediately after, it assumes it's an emergency, so then the call rings through, which is really fucking annoying. If people do that, if I'm meditating, so it'll scare the shit out of you, because it's like all of a sudden it's like
whatever,
whatever your ringtone is.
That one's yours?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's just me and that voice.
Nice.
Ding, 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 ding. Answer the phone. So
it's really annoying.
So 3 days ago, I'm like 18 minutes in. So I'm really in that with my breath, only with my breath. And then I get a call, scares the shit out of me, which I mean like shakes my whole body. I look over and it's myself calling myself. Like, and it's my picture, everything, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So it called me twice, and then I canceled it or whatever, got up, and I was like, that's really weird. But I didn't really, and then I called myself, and the, incoming calls of people that just called me, and just went straight to my voicemail, and I was like, what the fuck? What happened? I then I didn't really think any more about it, because it kind of weirded me out.
Yeah,
so I was just like, whatever.
It's a little scary, bro.
Yeah, so, and then I was just, the last night, on my Friday night, I was listening to a conspiracy podcast, because why not? That's how I turn up.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how there's been this huge new updates on phones and online agreements that we've all shifted to this next plateau of what our agreements and our security and what we're giving out to people essentially.
Yeah.
And then I was like they're make no mistake that everybody was logged out. Make no mistake of weird things happening on your phone. Then two guests on their phone were talking about weird messages or how they've been getting a lot of phone calls from telemarketers and stuff lately that used to never really happen.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, that has been happening a shitload. Bro.
A ton. I heard by 2019, by next year, bro, all scams are going to be mainly, or all calls are going to be mainly scams, telemarketers and all that. Just because we are giving this information out, hey, accept agreement,
I'm not going to read that.
Yeah, it's fucking too long. Terms and conditions, accept.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the check box. Oh, you check the little fucking box and you...
Right.
And you're just giving that information away. That's fucking trippy, though, bro.
Isn't
that they were calling you. Who was that? What if you would have answered?
I have no idea.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah. What if it was
I'm
my
Nick
voice?
from the future. Oh, Nick. Shit.
Okay, so.
Oh, shit, bro.
Okay, so this story goes even fucking farther. Because.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, so then after I was listening to that conspiracy podcast. And then I took Noki on I've been going these, as mentioned, going on these walks at night 'cause it's been so nice. And I was really thinking about this and getting into my head way too much about what was it, who was it, or what could it have been? What if it was me, or what was it trying to warn me? And then I had this thing of I don't know, it seems fucking ridiculous to even talk about it, because I get super depressed when I'm sick too, so we've talked about suicidal thoughts and stuff on here before, but it was more don't do this, or you're gonna die or something like that. So that happened. I had this thought. I was turning in the kitchen because I was about to go to the store, and it was don't leave or you're gonna die. And then all of a sudden brake lights hit through my window, red, and I'm just illuminate through, and I'm I'm not gonna go.
Oh my god, dude.
And I was I don't know if I'm crazy or what but if it's a simulation, or if it's not, I don't know. And I don't know okay, so if there's parallel universes, which universe do I want to live in?
Yeah,
the one where I do test it and be holy shit, I was right before I die and get in a car crash, but because who knows what can fucking happen?
Yeah,
or is it a crazy voice in my head? It's I don't know.
Yeah, man, that's trippy. I don't think I would have gone either, though.
Yeah,
I would have be speaking about lights earlier. You're you get this fucking big red flash of stop. That's stop, bro. Just stop. Don't go. Watch a movie. Do something. I don't know, bro.
And so going into if art imitates life, or what is calculating all of it. I even there's a new song, because I've been writing a shitload, where it's talking about this down the stairs there's a rosy red glare, And I wrote that in the same sense of like how colors and everything can kind of manipulate you. Probably a little bit with how these lights have kind of shown me that shift.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about like The Great Gatsby, the famous green light that he was always seeing, and it was controlling him in a weird way without actually knowing it was controlling him. So it's like, I don't know. So it's all these things that then I like, 2 years ago I could have seen that. Like I would have not been connected with my environment or anything. But now it's like, now you're like shifting together, like,
These are little signs.
How do we interact with everything around us? Or maybe it is just being fine-tuned down to like, I don't know, kind of, it's cool to think about life like this as well,
Yeah.
To not just be kind of stumbling through.
Yeah. Even though it was like a stumble through moment. Mm-hmm. You had a thought like, I'm going to the grocery store. Oh, somebody's backing out, Grab your keys, get in your car.
Right.
And you drive and...
Like, yeah, is there signals in the universe? Like, if there is free will, back to Jesse's episode, which I think he's right. I think we do have all free will too. I think there's paths laid out for us, and it's how we choose which one we choose to take.
Right.
But I wonder if there's some like a glimmer or a glisten, something that's like a sign.
So what did you need from the grocery store?
I was just to make some food.
Oh. So you didn't eat last night?
Oh no, I went later. I was like, okay.
That moment.
Okay.
I
was like, I'm gonna chill out for 30 minutes. I told myself.
Just because you were in your head.
Yeah, and I was like, because I was like, even with this being in my head, like I don't want it to be in my head. Like that shouldn't.
No.
So I was like,
it should be a stumble through moment, kind of.
Yeah, that's very true too. Right. So it's like if this is. And then also if like you manifest your reality.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like if
I'm the world around, yeah.
And I don't know. I think we talked about doing this podcast a long time ago. Then we both thought about it. Then I was like, I'm going to try to make a room and shift around that. Like, and that's all kind of like manifesting. Cause we put,
those thoughts are in our head. For
sure.
I
think maybe, who knows? I don't know.
I don't think our listeners are as high as us.
That's awesome. What the fuck? Who has time to think about this shit?
Like, bro, you should just gone to the fucking grocery store 30 minutes earlier. Like, you're an idiot. But it'd be traffic. Good one.
Bada bing, bada boom. You're in and you're out.
Bro, I saw Frida last night.
Frida?
The movie Frida with Salma Hayek.
I don't know.
You know who Frida is, right? Frida Kahlo, famous painter, Mexican painter. No, bro?
I'm just going to say no for the listeners.
Oh, man. Anyway, she's this amazing...
I know, right? How could they not know?
What idiots. Who's even this?
So, yeah. So, what's the story?
No, it's just really good. You should just fucking watch it.
Oh, man. It's like a trailer.
Yeah. No, it's really good. I didn't like it. Well, no, I'm not going to say I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that they it's actually in English, so they speak English throughout the movie. I was expecting it to be in Spanish. Sí, cinco de seis. I was expecting it in Spanish, but then when I heard it, but it was very well done, and her story is just fucking incredible, man.
Can you go a little bit into her story?
Yeah. She got impaled by rebar. It went through her back and out of her vagina when she was young.
Jesus.
So then...
But I think you've told me about this before. But like you mentioned
a while ago. A while ago.
Not the other one.
We went to the Hearn Museum downtown, and they had one of the only exhibits of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera in the country.
What's the style?
It's just oil painting.
It's landscape acrylic. And is it?
It's people. No, it's a lot of her feelings, man. Which was really cool about the film because these iconic paintings that she does, or like her very well known ones, they depict in a very artistic way throughout the film, and they kind of give the reason why she made them, how she made them. That gives you a good intel into her life. It was really interesting. And then it gives you like view of how Diego Rivera was, which he was like this Mexican communist.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. It's very, very interesting. Different times, man. The 1920s and like, but I'm not
1920s too, 100 years ago,
dude. Insane.
Like that's it.
That's it. But it's so fucking different, dude. It is so different.
Oh my god.
Just what even was going on, like revolutions in Russia and fucking. It's insane, man. Like, and I didn't even know Frida Kahlo had, if the movie is at all, true to her story, which I feel like a lot of it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they would make anything up, right. But I didn't know she had relations with like Trotsky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they like they gave him a place to stay when he was running from Russians because like his government wanted to, I think Lenin wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
Vladimir Lenin or whatever.
I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I'm lost. I mean, that's all I know.
History, and I'm just, I don't know. I know we talked about this before. Like, my history is super bad. Like, I could never get into it in school. And now I'm interested in it.
Right.
And silence, I remember, we talked about that.
Yeah.
It was a huge thing. I was kind of like, why am I not learning from these crazy stories where that did actually happen,
right.
Or things that, these artists that were trying to like fight for their art or for their God or for love.
Yeah, man.
It's like, that's the power of life, not just sulking down into this rat race of patterns and habits and checking your phone. Like people that were like striving for meaning and purpose.
Yeah.
I love.
You'd like it. You enjoy it a lot, and you learn a shit ton, man. Then she had a fucking kidney infection, like kidney disease. She got gangrene. Her leg had to be chopped off.
That's what our bike gang's named after.
Yeah,
like gangrene is we actually donate all of our money to.
Yeah. Cutting off the competitions in 2016.
16, yeah.
Boom, baby. Rough life, but she made the fucking best out of it, dude.
Was she the original Rough Rider, would you say? Or would that be crossing the line?
Rough Rider? What
do you mean? The Rough Riders.
I don't think she was associated with the Rough Riders.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Who's to judge?
Who is the judge?
God?
He could do it. He would do a decent job at it,
yeah.
I think.
Do you?
I don't know.
What do you think Judgment Day is going to be like?
Probably a long, long line.
A lot of waiting.
Just like, Jesus.
Probably going to take months.
Yes. No, I just mean like figuratively. This line is fucking ridiculous. God damn it. Yeah?
Yeah. Damn that line.
Damn that line. My child. My children.
That whole line goes to hell because God damned him. Yeah. Damn you. Oh, fuck, eternal damnation.
Isn't life just a waiting line?
Life?
Yeah.
Just a waiting line?
Are we just in a waiting line?
To die?
To die.
Technically after 26.
Or to soar, motherfuckers.
Ooh. That was a complete opposite jump there. It's like you
got it. It's
depressing. They were inspirational.
It's that waking up in the morning being like, it's going to be a good fucking day. When I die, I'm going to fly.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, man.
That's funny, man.
Well, until next time.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, folks. Give us a shout out on IG, YouTube.
Tell your grandma.
Tell your grandma, your grams.
Your
it's pretty family friendly here in the studio.
Tell your Sancho.
That too. Or Sancha.
There's Sancha out there, yeah. Can't forget the Sanchas keeping it real. It's not only guys ruining the households, the girls do it too.
Bitches do it too.
The grandmas do it too.
Grandpas, mommy sharks, and daddy sharks.
Nah.
Bye.